What's up YouTube? It's your boy Antenograph Studios here, and today I'm going to be doing my very first story with you guys. I'm going to be sharing some stories on this new second channel for you guys, or at least one of the things I'm going to do. So without further ado, this is the first story. You've already found it by clicking on the title or whatever. This is a story I like to call "There Was a Freaking Chipmunk in My Goddamn Basement." Heck, it was in fact, I'm in my basement right now, so I may as well move on. So basically, for those of you guys who haven't seen some of my older videos, specifically the Splatoon 1 Splatfest Early Bird versus Night Owl gameplay, if you haven't seen it before, you won't know I am an early bird. And basically, I wake up at like 7 a.m. in the morning. It's totally cool and chill. But I just keep hearing these freaking noises, and it's like I'm just thinking it's just something wrong with the goddamn furnace. It's just like it's normal. So I just can't just ignore it. Then after like a few hours, I come down here in the basement, and have you guys ever had that, like, have you ever, like, when you, like, in your peripheral vision, have you ever seen something move where there shouldn't have been something moving, like, in the first place? I legit come into the room, and like, behind the chair I'm sitting in right here, I see this freaking thing move behind it, and I don't know what the frick it is. It was creepy as all living hell. So I just get closer and closer to this chair and kind of peek over to see what the H it was. And it was the weirdest chipmunk I've ever seen in my freaking life. It was pretty much a ratchet chipmunk, I guess you could say. And I tell my mom, like, there's an animal in this house, an intruder in this house. What we do is we basically go to I don't know if you guys have ever been to the store. It's called Ace. Basically, it's kind of like a place where they sell, like, stuff like power tool. It's kind of like stuff that has to do with more like engineering, I guess you could say. We went there and we bought this mouse/rat trap because this thing probably could qualify as a mouse/a rat for this particular trap. And we put like, I don't remember what it was. It was like peanut butter or something like that. And we put it in the basement. Like, we closed the door and like put a towel underneath the door so that way the freaking ratchet chipmunk cannot get out of this particular room. After like a few hours, it never touched the rat trap. Apparently, that thing read way too many of books about whatever those things are. Basically, we just try and forget about it. We just assume it just left. It walked out. It just went out of this house through whatever windows are over there, because yeah, there's windows over there. And then, like, hours later, I'm just playing some Xbox, I'm just playing some Call of Duty, and then once again, in my peripheral vision, I just see something move across my vision, and I'm just like, that's the goddamn chipmunk. And at this point, it basically can roam anywhere in the house. We eventually trapped it inside the computer office. Now, at this point, we're really screwed. I don't know if chipmunks will bite wires or not, or cords. I don't know if they do that or not. If they do, let me know in the comments, so that way I know next time. But if they do, then we're totally screwed, because now we've got the chipmunk in the room where, like, literally all the wires are. Or at least I thought so, because my mom eventually went into the office not knowing the chipmunk was in there, and then bam, it was in there. And I wasn't even pranking. I thought it could potentially be in there. It could be anywhere in the house, so I wasn't even sure. But yes, it was in the computer room. That's what I'm just gonna refer to it as. And we trap it in that room, and then my dad gets home, and then we basically all work. We're moving like the furniture, we're moving the couch, we're moving like a bunch of stuff, so that way the damn ratchet chipmunk cannot get into any of the other rooms. Eventually, we finally got that son of a gun out of our house, out of our hair forever, and oh boy. It was possibly one of the creepiest things that I've ever had to encounter. And this is only a year and a half ago, so it really was not that long ago. Eventually, we did find out like how the chipmunk got into our house, because there were these tube things that were supposed to come out of something, I'm not sure. But apparently there was a tube connected to our house that apparently was like broken or something like that. Like there was a hole in it. This son of a bee hatch like went through this tunnel and then like got out of there just to inconvenience our freaking day. I don't know. That's all I know about it. Hope you guys enjoyed this story. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to subscribe because I'm going to be doing more stories on here. Not all of them are probably going to be real because this is probably one of the only things that might get remotely interesting in my life. And also let me know in the comment section if you guys have ever had to deal with something with another animal in your freaking house. And if it's ever happened more than once, like, let me know in the comment section if you've ever had that experience. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Take care. What's up, guys? It's your boy NintendoCraft Studios here, and welcome to my next edition, next story of NCSO 7 Storytime. Up in this, I got some Splatoon 2 gameplay going in the background, and I got this hopefully sick beat in the background because this story is scary, okay? This happened to me when I was only 6 years old, okay? Creepy story. It happened when I was 6 years old, okay? So basically, it happens at night because, you know, it always has to happen at night. Basically, so I was basically like I was 6 years old, and I was just going to bed, and I wake up in the middle of the night because I just feel oddly sick. Now, I didn't even feel like this before I went to bed, so I just thought I caught something like while I was sleeping or something like that. So I just called for my mom and dad. Like, basically the rooms, like my bedroom and my parents' bedroom are so close, they could definitely hear me if I even talked. So I basically just yell for them, "Mom, Dad, I don't feel really good." I just kind of like say that, but they don't answer, and I'm just thinking maybe they just didn't hear me. I wasn't loud enough, so I just yell a little bit louder so that way maybe potentially they might hear me, but they still don't hear me or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, I don't even know. But at this point, I just decide, you know what? I'm just gonna go into the room and just yell at them. Probably gonna get whipped for this though. Maybe not a good idea. Basically, I just go and get out of my bed and just start going to my door. But now the way my house was, the way my room was structured was that if I'm laying on my bed, to my northwest of me is a door, and west of me is another door. So basically, if you went out the northwest door, there would be you would see this doorway that had a curtain over it because my parents' bedroom didn't have a curtain, or I had a door. My bad. But then I would just, what the heck? But anyways, the real point was I was going for the Northwest door. I was just gonna go and get closer to them. And then I'm just about to put my hand on the doorknob, and then I put it back like fat. I put my hand back fast as heck because now I'm getting a feeling I am being watched in this place. I feel like I'm being watched. Like, it's just beaming on me that there is someone watching me. Like, there is someone right behind me. There wasn't even like anything that was showing that there was someone behind me. I didn't feel anything. I just felt the fact that I just don't. Ugh. Basically, it like beams on me so long. Like, I really feel like there was someone is behind me, whether it's my parents or it's some unspecified Slender Man of some kind. I don't know. But this is so freaking scary. I literally stood there for literally like maybe 30 seconds. I was covering my ears. I was just closed my eyes and was just bracing myself for impact. I was just getting ready for the dude to just eat me or whatever. I turn around and there's no one there. Figures, huh? I feel slightly better because now I know someone's not behind me directly. Or potentially in my bedroom. I didn't even hear if there was someone in my bedroom, I didn't even hear it. So that'd be really freaky. But anyways, I just decided to just go back to bed and just try going back to sleep. And just trying to go back to sleep. So just go back on my bed and lay there for pretty much, 2 minutes. And just as a small detail I forgot to mention, my clock wasn't showing any time. It was pretty much as if the power was out or someone unplugged it. Now, I didn't even know at the time, so it struck me as odd. It was definitely dark out. I don't know what time it was. It probably was around 2 or 1 in the morning. Oh my god, this is so scary. So basically, I just lay in bed for like 2 minutes, and then on the northwest door, I'm just hearing, at one point, I hear this continuous knock, and this scares the living hell out of me because it's just like, it's so light, but it's just light enough so you can hear it. And it's like one knock every 1.5 seconds. Oh my god, this is not even freaking funny. Apparently it is to me. And at this point, I'm just like, there is someone, like something weird's going on. Something weird's going on, because nighttime is always the time when weird stuff happens. Whether it's people getting ape, or if it's just something just plain freaking out of the unordinary. After about a minute, it goes away, but at this point, I'm just scared as all living hell. Oh my god, that was so scary. And then, just like a few minutes afterward, my survival instincts finally kick in. Because I got curious. I don't know why I got curious. But I finally decided to go downstairs. Now, judging the fact that I was already pretty scared of the fact that judging that there was already a lot of issues, already the fact that I was scared is all living heck. oh my god, I don't even know. I just went downstairs pretty much just as if it was like light outside. But I still tiptoe down these stairs because I don't want to be super loud, because if my parents are in the house, they're not gonna be very happy. So yeah, I just tiptoe down the stairway, and then once I get to the bottom of the stairway, I just hear this freaking knocking. Well, not knocking this time, but I see a light on. Like there's some light. And for me, it's coming from the computer office. Now, I'm not going to give the geography of that as well, because that's already something. I've touched on too much. But, basically there was a light on in the computer room, and I was just kind of wondering, what's that mean? So I was just walking closer, and then excuse me, it turns off. And this just strikes me as just weird, because oh my god, it just struck me as plain weird. So I just kind of just go closer and closer, and eventually I get into a hallway that I got to a hallway where if you look to the right, that's the computer room. I look to the right, and in 100% I legit see someone. Like, their left side is facing me. There is some dude that is just flickering on and off this light. And it's just like, this dude looks like some sort of construction worker of some kind. And I just don't even know what to think of this. So I just start getting close to him, and he doesn't even notice me at all for a little bit. And then I eventually approach him. He looks at me so fast. Oh my god, this is so effed up. This dude had no face, basically Slender Man, but as if Slender Man was a construction worker. I don't even scream or anything. I just fall on my hands and knees, just terrified as all living hell, because I'm 6 years old. I don't know how I would have been imagining these things. But I am just imagining this, and I'm just crawling away from him. I legit probably get around 3 feet away from him before this dude lunges for me. It was basically just like the withered Foxy jump scare from Five Nights at Freddy's 2, where he literally just came straight in to your face. That's how this dude came into me. And just as he was about to literally, I don't even know what he was gonna do, eat me or whatever it was, I wake up. Because this is all just a freaking dream. Legit though, it was that night was scary. I did eventually see the time was just 5:30, but I was scared to go anywhere because it was just like, if this happened, because I still felt like there was someone in this house. Like there was still some weird Slender guy. I didn't even know Slender at the time, so I wouldn't even know that sort of stuff. So I just try and forget about it. That's the story time for today. I hope you guys have been enjoying the story times with NCSO7. Make sure to like and subscribe if you guys want to see more scary stories. I got a bunch of stories I could probably tell on this channel. I'm going to be also doing some vlog videos and some prank videos as well. So stay tuned for all that. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, take care, thanks for listening to the story. What it is, guys, it's your boy Craft Studios here, and I'm once again back with another one of my stories. This story happened roughly 10 months ago, maybe 11 months ago, but anyways, let's get this story rolling, because this is a story about the crazy guy and the crazy fight in Walmart. Both of them are linked. So the story goes off with me just going to Walmart, just like, yeah, I was gonna get a specific game in mind for Nintendo Switch. I'm not entirely sure which one I was gonna get, but anyways, I was just going in there, and there was just this loud screaming of some kind. I just didn't even know. I just thought it was like something that was like over like the intercom or whatever they have in like stores like Kohl's. So I kind of just ignored it, went to the electronics section. I got the game. While I'm walking on my way to the exit, there's this, I don't know what it is, but it's like this guy, there's like this weird guy just going crazy, like, I don't even know. It wasn't like he was really doing anything crazy. Like, he wasn't like he was doing anything. He was mainly just like fizzling around or something like that. I don't know how to explain it, but this guy was like fizzling around, but apparently he was angry because apparently he came here for a fight. So, yeah, I don't really know, but yeah, then this one dude, who, I guess might have been to Walmart, who probably was at Walmart for at least 40 minutes. At least that's how he acted, at least before the fight started, because this dude was pissed. Like, honestly, you saw this dude's face. He was irritated that this weird guy was even doing this. The weird guy was even doing this stuff. You would probably think I'm saying that he was a homeless man, but I don't know. I mean, there aren't many homeless people where I live, so maybe it was a homeless man. He didn't look super homeless. He just looked like he just wanted a fight. Like, what's going on right now? This dragon wants to fight with me in Cuphead. But anyways, this dude just walks up to the crazy guy and he's just like, "Get the hell out of this store!" And he wasn't a worker. He wasn't a worker. He was just pissed off at the whole situation. And so, basically, the fight starts. And like, in this point, we have like almost the whole store watching the whole thing unfold. Like, seriously, like. But unfortunately, the fight wasn't that epic as it would have been, like the one here. Honestly, they were just throwing weird punches. Like, they were just like flinging their arms around, or at least that's what the crazy homeless guy was doing. But the other guy, on the other hand, the one who was pissed off, this dude knew how to fight, because whenever he punched the air, it like, you could just hear his shirt like snap. And like I said, there was a huge crowd. Like at first, when the guy was just going, like when the crazy guy was going crazy, there was like sort of there were people watching, but the crowd completely got like really big when like people were seeing that like the whole fight go down. And yeah. So it's like 3 minutes into the fight, and then I can't remember, because the crazy guy, maybe he was homeless, because that might make sense, but the other guy who was fighting, the one who was pissed off, we'll just call him Albert for now, I guess. Albert apparently had a wife, and he was like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. He had a wife and kids that were like at the store with him. And he didn't, and like his wife is just like, they're like, don't do it, don't beat him up. And Albert's just like, what the hell are you talking about? But yeah, his wife tried to stop him, but it really just didn't work. And then like 2 minutes later, security shows up, police show up. I don't know why they didn't like take care of this crazy guy to begin with. I mean, why? But they did. But security did eventually come and try to handle the situation. But apparently, I gotta feel really bad for the one guy because both of them ended up going to the station. At least from what I've heard, the crazy homeless guy, he probably went to jail for a little bit because he seemed like the guy that probably beat up a bunch of people in his free time. But yeah, they ended up going to the station. I never saw any of them again. I'm not sure if Albert actually got in trouble or not. Because, I mean, he wasn't doing it. I mean, yeah, he was fighting, but it's like he was doing it so that way he would just, you know, save himself and just try and end it. Because Albert clearly knew violence solves problems. And just so you guys know, violence does sort of solve problems. Don't like kill somebody, but it's like if you beat someone up enough, they will listen to you. Like don't listen to what I say, okay? All I'm saying is this dude had the idea, like this dude probably lived under the religion that violence solves problems. So, yeah, I never saw him again, and I get my game, and yeah, that's pretty much all I can even say, considering it's honestly more hilarious if you guys saw a video of it, but I never caught a video of it, so, yeah, but anyways, thank you guys for watching this story time. Make sure to like and subscribe if you guys want to see more of these stories. I'm going to try and make more of them. The only real problem is that I don't have much time. And I just died, which is great. But anyways, thank you guys for staying tuned in for the story time. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Nintendo Craft Studios here. And welcome back to another story time on the channel. So, yeah, this is the story of the blackout that happened at my school on, I believe, September 30th, 2016. Yes, I know, like, the date and all that stuff. Yeah, make sure to like this video. Before we start the story, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out a lot because more people will want to see it with the more likes it has. And also, make sure to let me know in the comment section, has a blackout ever occurred at your own school? Because, now, yeah, that's what this is about. So, without further ado, let's get on with the story. Now, basically, the story just goes like this. It's a normal day at school, and also, just as a bit of a heads up, this may not be the most interesting video ever, but you guys came here, so come on. Give me a little bit of respect, because I don't have many good stories. Okay, anyways, though, so basically, it's just a normal day at school. It is a cloudy day out. It does look like it could rain, but it's not really raining. At least not that I'm fully aware of. It may have been drizzling a little bit, but it really wasn't noticeable. Then, okay, so I'm in my history class now. I start school at 7:30 and it ends at 8:30. Roughly around 8:10, I would assume, is when the lights just flicker off. Well, they don't flicker. They just turn off. Just like that. Now the thing about my school was that you could tell if the power was off because the thing was is that in all of the classrooms that at that school there was a digital like clock or something like that. It's hard to explain. So basically, at my old school, they don't have them in my school right now, but at my old school, they had these big, like, white brick type of things. Basically, it would have a speaker for, like, morning announcements, and then there would be a clock underneath that, which would sometimes read the time, and on rare instances, emergency, like, procedures or something like that. If it was, like, a tornado drill or something like that. If that turns off, then it means that there's no power in the school. Somewhat. And those were off, so yeah, blackout. Now, and it was only like a few minutes away from the end of the class. And plus, we were on our laptops anyway, so it really wasn't the biggest thing. Then we basically left history. Now, what was interesting is that while there was no light in any of the classrooms, as far as I'm aware, there was a few lights that were on in the hallway, possibly maybe powered some other way. I don't know. But I went down to my next class, which was science. And there, the lights flickered on and off, so the power wasn't completely out. It was just a bit of a weird, I don't know, just something that went wrong, I guess you could say. But basically, we go down to science class, and it's flickering, and just like history, it lasts an hour long. Basically, I don't know what it was, but they basically just, like the staff and all that stuff, basically said, you know what, let's just stay in your class while we try and figure out what to do. So basically, after class ends, it's kind of just like a homeroom sort of thing. Basically, I believe there was a small amount of Wi-Fi. I don't really remember very well, but I do remember playing a few games of Agario while waiting. And yeah, and what's surprising is that I forgot. Oh yeah. So basically, there was a few of my classmates were playing hide and seek in the room. I don't know why you would do that, and just not play hide and go boo seek. Basically, and I'm not even kidding when I say this. One of the kids that was in my science class, who was one of the hiders, was hiding on top of a dresser. And it's not a small dresser. No, it's like as tall as I am, like 5'8". That's creepy. Just had to add that in. And then roughly a while later, probably around 11 o'clock, basically they decided, you know what, it's Friday, let's just let him out. And that's what they do, so I come home early. Apparently it wasn't just shut off at the school, it was shut off at other places as well. Apparently downtown, I'm assuming, so yeah. And that's where I would end the story, except there is one little thing I do want to talk. There is one similar thing that happened. Roughly a week later, it was the same type of weather. It was like cloudy, and I was going down to the band room, just put my instrument away. The moment I leave, and there's no windows down there, the power turns off again, and everyone's like, ah! Sorry about that. But they were like freaking out, and a lot of them are like turning on their phones and all that stuff so they could like make light and all that stuff. And yeah, it did turn on after that, and it didn't turn off after that. And yeah, that's really it. But I don't know what it was with that kid on the dresser. that's Nintendo Craft Studios story time for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like this video and subscribe, and make sure to share this video. I want more of you guys to see these videos, since I believe as of right now, not many views. So please check out more of my stories if you haven't. And yes, I will be posting more of them. It really just depends on my view stats, considering I'm not doing that good on here. But then again, it's a second channel, so of course. And also, let me know in the comment section if this has ever happened to any of you guys. And yeah, and as always, Nintendo Craft Studios out. Just enjoy this little bit of gameplay. Hey, what's up guys, it's your boy Nintendo Craft Studios here. You already see some Octo Expansion gameplay, so let's get this story time going up. Today's story is basically not as good as other stories I've told in the past, but it's still a bit of a creepy one. At least somewhat. So basically this story I like to call Not Being Able to Effing Sleep. But basically, okay, so, this story basically happens at my grandparents' place, and their place is really freaking cool. There's a lot of stuff to do. They have a big yard, so you can basically, like, run around, and we even played baseball a few times out there, actually. So, it was really cool. Thing was, though, it was so difficult to sleep in that house. So I'll put it up into like something like in a little story. We would do something that day, like maybe go out to eat or something like that, and something like that. Then nighttime would like come, and I would go to bed at roughly 9 o'clock, just because that's when I had to go to sleep back then. The thing was, I could never even sleep that. Like, I remember one time going to bed at trying to go to bed at 9 p.m. and waking up like God knows how many times. I think one time I actually legit just woke up like around like maybe a few hours after I fell asleep. Like, not even that long after I fell asleep. So you could tell that it was not easy really sleeping here. And the thing about it was that I always had to go pee in the middle of the night. And I had to go. And that might be one of the contributors to why I'm actually like waking up early in the morning. Like, I'd say I had to go pee in the middle of the night at my grandparents' place almost all the time. And that's because I would usually drink a bunch of liquids before I would go to bed. I would pretty much usually drink some chocolate milk or something like that, a lot of it, before bed started. So I would have to go and like basically pee. Now, one thing that was really creepy was that when I would wake up in the morning sometimes and I would have to go pee, my grandparents' computer would actually like start doing this weird thing. Have you guys' computer ever done this? Where sometimes it just like starts blinking and all that stuff, like it starts blinking a light or something like that. I don't know. It's something along the lines of that. I've never understood it. I don't really get it that much. But it would like blink on and off, and it would do this like around this time. Like very late at night, and that's just one of the creepiest things. Cause it's just out of the blue. And that just heck, that actually made me, heck, it was actually creepy at the point where I actually would just turn off, where I would actually close the door to that room. Yeah. Not even kidding. I mean, personally speaking, even though it doesn't seem super bad right now, it did seem bad when I was like, I don't know, 8 years old or something like that. Because that's when this stuff happened all the time. And that's not all of the story. Another reason why I could not go to sleep that much is partially because of the fact that I would have to sleep on the goddamn ground, almost essentially. Essentially, my grandparents didn't have another room for me. Well, they did have a room for my parents, like a guest room. However, not a room for like another guest room. So, and they didn't have like a separate bed or anything like that. So I had to sleep on this small little, like pad thingy. I don't really know what you would call it, but it's like one of those things that basically is on you. It's kind of like something you'd use on a camping trip, most likely. Camping trick. But yeah, that might have been the reason, because I didn't even get to sleep on something very comfy. Eventually I did get to the, was able to, I was eventually able to sleep on the couch. Which was a lot more comfy because, even though the couch isn't much better than a normal bed, having to sleep on the ground, having to sleep on a pad that doesn't really work a lot of the time, I'm so happy that I don't have to do that. But yeah, and that's really NCSL 7 story time for today. I know it was a bit of a not as good of a story as you might have wanted. It's just partially because of things going on, but there will be a bunch of vlogs coming out this weekend, so I'd recommend checking those out, because, you know, it shows me some love and shows me that you guys want to see stuff and all that crap. I don't know what else to say. And that's my story time. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and ask me and let me know if you guys have ever encountered something like that, where you've woken up countless times because of something unexplainable. And oh my god, I'm getting really close to actually hitting this crate, but no. Well, that's the end of the story, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.